Hello, this is the first video from my YouTube channel, Yousuf's Rapid Games, which will consist all of my Rapid Games from 2013 onwards. This game was from the Docklands Rapid Play, which was held on the 12th of January 2013, and I played someone called C.Wood, who was a 22. I myself was a 125 Rapid, so this was quite a quick game, taking into respect the difference in raids. So he played e4, e6, French defense, knight f3, which I think is an unusual line. I haven't seen that before. d5, e takes, knight c3. d4 definitely would have been better because it stops the d4 threat from black. I didn't play d4, I played bishop f5. Bishop d3, definitely a bad move because bishop takes, pawn takes, and now the dark bishop is trapped. c6. I was trying to defend the pawn so I could play bishop d6 without losing the pawn. d4 in this position doesn't work for me because he can just play knight e4. And even after f5, the pawns are getting a bit too rampant and I'm going to have too many weaknesses. So I just decided to play it safe, knowing that I should be able to capitalize on my opponent's doubled isolated pawn weakness. Castles, bishop d6, queen e1. I'd say that this is a mistake because now knight e7, which develops with tempo, and second of all, if he had played queen e2, then the rook would have been free on the back rank, so much more active pieces, and he should have done it before he castled as well, because if he had done it here, then after bishop e7 the bishop is less active, which would have been better for white. And if black had played queen e7, then he would have been able to trade queens, which would have made his double pawns less of a problem, because he then could have played something like king d1. So he castled e6, queen e1 check, and knight e7. b3, getting his bishop ready for the b2 diagonal. Castles, d4. This is against the purpose of the previous move, because now the bishop can't come onto b2. Well, it can, but it is blocked in by its own pawn, which isn't good. So rook e8, which is an X-ray attack. Knight e2. I'm not sure why he did that. Probably he got scared of the threat, but he should have just played queen d1 and rook e1, but he didn't, and that is very passive. So queen c7. This not only is clearing up the back rank, but is also eyeing the h2 pawn if the knight on f3 ever moves, which can be done by g5, g4. Bishop b2, bad move because now the bishop is still trapped in by its pawn. He should have played a4, bishop a3, trying to exchange the bishop, or at least trade it for the knight, where he would have had a slightly better position. Knight d7, queen b1. So he's developing his queen along the b1 h7 diagonal, and I think he's also looking at something like knight g5 and maybe queen takes h7. So knight develops onto g6, blocks the attack and attacks the e2 pawn. g3, rook takes e2, and black is definitely winning now. Rook e1, rook e8, king f1, decent move. Rook takes, knight takes, and now you can see how passive they are. If you just switch the board, you can see how bad that looks from white's perspective. So knight f6, developing pieces. f4, bad move. If he had played something like a4, bishop a3, then he would have forced a trade, or at least got his bishop more active, better chances through the game. But after f4, knight e4, attacking the d2 pawn, d3, knight in check, which was quite funny because he was a bit, oh no about that. King over, knight takes queen, rook takes knight, bishop takes pawn. If I had to play knight takes pawn, then after pawn takes, bishop takes, the queen isn't in the attack, which is the most important piece. So after this, the queen's in the attack, which is very important. Knight g2 and queen d2. So the queen's on to the second rank, which is even worse than having a rook on the second. So bishop back, queen takes pawn, attacks the rook, rook up, queen down check, and wins the bishop. King over, I'm not sure what the best move is here. I think it'd probably be better to leave the bishop and maybe take the d pawn, but I play queen takes, which might be the best move, I'm not sure. Rook over, which he had to do actually, so rook takes e2, and he resigned, which he should have done a long time ago. Thanks for watching. My next game will be against Nazrullah Sheikh, which was the second round of this tournament, and he was a 144 grade. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you again soon.